Okay guys, it's time to check on those turkey wings. Oh boy. Oh my goodness, oh boy, look at this guys. So I'm going to baste them a little bit. Oh yeah. They look good, don't they guys? I'm just going to baste these. I'm going to turn these over. So I've gotten the rest of these turkey drumettes turned over. And remember the cream of chicken soup and the cream of celery soup? Well, I'm going to add the rest of that into my gravy here. We're going to be adding in the rest of this cream of chicken soup. Okay. Remember I said to hold on to it, to save 1/2 of it. So guys, I'm just going to add that in. And this again, we're talking flavor here guys, we're talking flavor. We're building flavor, constantly building flavor. That was the cream of chicken soup. Cream of celery soup, condensed. Some more flavor. And guys, I wish you can taste this. If you make this recipe, you will, and you'll realize that your soup, not your soup, but your gravy has taken on a little bit of heat. Not much, so this is kid friendly. It has a little heat, and the mace and all the rest of those spices that I added in here was just enough. So I'm going to get this incorporated in. It's going to add more flavor to your turkey. Okay. Now if you want your gravy thicker than this, wise things to do would be to use some of this same gravy, okay, and then add your cornstarch or flour to the gravy, to this gravy, if you want it thicker. That's the purpose of me using my gravy packet, is so I can avoid having to do this. But I think the cream of chicken and the cream of celery is going to help thicken up my gravy as well. Okay guys, I'm going to put her back in the oven for another hour. And she is tender, but she can be a little bit more tender, more fall off the bone kind of tender. Oh guys, she tastes so good. Let me taste a little bit more of this gravy for you. And hopefully it's not too hot. I need to blow it. And put a little in my hand. Whew, I hope this thing is not too hot. Oh, it's not too bad. Oh yeah. That cream of chicken and cream of celery took it to another level. Yes, it did. Took her to another level. I can taste all the spices. Oh, the goodness and the sweetness of these carrots are really coming through. Let me let you take a look at these. That's why I wasn't too concerned about my green peppers. She's so soft. And as I said, they're basically for flavor, because then I'm going to put this gravy, once it's all done, I'm going to put my gravy into some gravy bowls. Okay. All right. She's going back in the oven for another hour. And when it's all said and done, we'll meet up at that point, guys. Now, guys, you know it wouldn't be fair if I didn't show you these turkey tips as well. Beautiful, aren't they? Oh, my goodness. Hot out the oven. I'm going to be basting these the same way I did with the turkey drumettes. I'm going to be adding in the cream of chicken soup and cream of celery soup as well. And I'll be turning these over. Just let you guys see what they look. Oh, be a little bit more careful about myself turning these over. The ones on the bottom I'm not that much concerned about because they're already pretty much down into the gravy. Alright, so I'm just going to be adding these for another hour back into the oven. The ones on the bottom, if you can see, let me show you here. They're pretty much submerged in the gravy. Okay, so I won't be worrying about those too much. This one I probably will turn her over. Oh, they're so soft. The one thing about when I make chicken or turkey, whether it be baking it, roasting it, I don't like things to get mushy. You ever bit down into some chicken and it's kind of mushy tasting? Oh, that just ruins my day. That'd spoil it for me because they cook too long, and that's what we don't want these to do, is cook too long. Okay, I'll see you in the next segment when we're ready to make that fluffy white rice. All right, guys, be blessed. I love you. Bye bye. In this pot I have 6 cups of water. I've already gotten my water to the point where it's a rolling boil of water, and into that water I'm going to be adding one of the bouillon cubes, chicken bouillon cubes, just to give her some flavor, because rice is like a blank canvas. Besides salt and pepper, or without salt and pepper, you just have a blank canvas. There's no taste. I'm also going to be adding in, and this is regular bluebonnet margarine, or just margarine for my friends across the ocean there. Just some margarine. You can use butter if you choose to, but for this dish I'm just going to be putting in some margarine, which is already salted. So in here I'm going to add, and the one thing I like about these sticks of butter, it comes with the measurements. So I'm going to be adding 3 tablespoons of butter or margarine. That's going in. And into that I'm going to be adding in some kosher salt. I'm putting in about, I say this is going to be 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. And we're going to stir this in. Okay. The rice that I'm using isn't the brand I normally buy, but I usually use par-boiled rice. So into my water, I'm going to add 3 cups of the rice. And once I have this rice into my water, I'm going to give it 1 stir, taste my water, keep it at a rolling boil for maybe another 5 minutes. Then I'm going to cut it down. The reason I don't want to keep stirring my rice as it cooks is because I don't want to break the grains. Let's give her a taste. It's quite hot, isn't it? Let me blow on this. Okay, let's give her a taste. Seasoned just right. Just right, guys. So for the next 5 minutes, I'm just going to go ahead and let this rice cook. Right now my ire is on 7. I have an electric stove, guys. So 7 for me. Oh, you guys are in the fog here. 7 for me would be medium high. Okay. Now, do I have a rice cooker? Yes, I do. Matter of fact, it's right here. I'm going to tell you the truth, guys. Since I've purchased my rice cooker, I've done everything but, well, maybe I've cooked rice twice in this rice cooker, but I've used this rice cooker for so many other different things. And I'm just kind of used to doing rice the old-fashioned way, the way I was taught, the way I came up. My mom showing me how to, well, me watching her in the kitchen, learning how to make rice. So what we're going to do, again, let this cook for 5 minutes on a medium high. Come back and I'm going to turn it down to about a medium. Let her simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes and we should be done at that point, guys. I'll meet you back up right at that point. Okay. Oh, I do want to show you something, guys, while I'm at it. Let me just clean this up because this annoys me when I see things like that. Oh, that gets on my last little nerve. Okay. Oh, chicken broth. I almost forgot to add in the chicken broth. This is a 14-ounce can of chicken broth, and I'm adding in half of that chicken broth into my water here. That's going to bring it flavor as well. On this back ire, we have our, whoa, look at that. This is the cabbage and kale mix, and I'm actually just reheating it because she's already done. And if you guys saw in the last segment how I made the cabbage and the kale, mixed kale, for the guest that's coming tonight, I'm just going to go ahead and turn this down because I have it on high, and it really doesn't need to be that high. I'm going to turn this down to about 2, which is going to be a low, just to keep it hot. So guys, I'll meet you back right here in the kitchen. We're going to finish up with the rice, which should be coming to a boil. But what I don't want to do is to keep opening the lid on my pot. So I'll set my timer for 5 minutes. Let you guys see that. We're going to be setting our timer for 5 minutes. And we'll meet back up in 5 minutes. I'll be right back. So we have 2 minutes left on the clock for our rice. Well, less than 2 minutes now. And there we are. I'm going to bring you back some, guys, because the steam may get to you. And there she is. Now, I'll tell you what, guys, at this point, I will show you, if you wanted to stir your rice, this would be the only time that I suggest that you do it. First, when you first put it in the pot, and after the first 5 minutes. I'm putting in like another cup of rice. Okay, that should do it. That should do it. Now, you guys can go ahead and do what the manufacturer suggests on your packs of rice, but I don't like wet, really wet rice. I like my dry to be dry and fluffy and every grain standing for itself. That's why I like par-boiled rice. This is a nip, but I'm going to try to achieve that same thing with this rice, with every grain standing for itself. Let's see if that works out, guys. So I'll meet you back when this rice is done cooking. Okay, guys, It's been about 10 minutes on the rice. I'm going to turn my iron off. Move my pot to a cooler iron. So she's going to go on this back iron. And I'm going to let her finish cooking on her own away from the heat. And that way, each grain of rice is going to absorb the liquids. And hopefully, again, we're trying to achieve what you would with parboiled rice. So, this is my first time using this particular brand of rice. Not to sell Uncle Ben's, but I just love Uncle Ben's rice. It's parboiled. But if you can find any rice that says parboiled, this doesn't. So this is going to be new to me, guys. This is new to me. So hopefully she'll turn out. But any rice that says parboiled, that's the rice you want to get. Okay. Let's see what happens in the next 5 to 10 minutes. We'll be right back. So guys, our rice is done, and let's take a look at it and check and make sure that she is. And one way to check to see if rice is done, you want to look at the grains. I'll put this in my hand, guys, so you can see better. And if your grains aren't hard, then she's done. Let me taste it. Oh guys, yes, it's great. It's really good. Let's see here. And as I said, I was trying to achieve to see whether or not each one of these grains would stand for himself. And it does. And there you have it. Guys, I want you to take a look at this spread. So our rice is done. We have our turkey wings, and what you see sprinkled on top of the turkey wings, that is the dried mint that you want to crush on to your turkey wings at the last minute. That's dried mint, and it gives it such a distinct flavor. Oh, this is such a good meal, guys. Oh, this looks so good, so good. And there's our cabbage and the kale. Smoked ham hock and ham shank is in there as well. So guys, so our friend should be here in about another, I don't know, half hour. Let's check the time here, because I kind of lost track of time. Let's turn on. Oh, fashionably late, I guess. It's 5:05, but that's kind of good because I'm not dressed yet, so that's kind of good. So, yeah. But here we are, guys, and I thought I'd just put on a pan of biscuits, these buttered biscuits. And guys, these biscuits were 2 for $1. I just stack one on top of the other because they're pretty flat when they come out of the can. So I stacked one on top of the other to give them some height. So there's our spread. Guys, I want to thank you so much for being here with me today. And please like and subscribe to my channel for more recipes. I know this recipe and all the dishes that I made took, I had to break it up into segments. But I think you guys, can understand that. Yeah. And there we